and welcome to another episode on the Minerockin SMP. So we are back at my base, having last week got the base of my base in. So yeah, we went out, we got ourselves a load of sandstone, we got a whole host of sandstone and sea lanterns down here. We've got 3 different levels. We managed to get the wall put in that goes all the way around it, so it's not just a big eyesore. It actually has a little bit of substance to it and a little bit of... It looks more like a built structure rather than just a rock outcrop or something like that. So now what we need to do is build some stuff on my base. Now, as I mentioned last time round, what we're going to do is we're going to work up the middle and then around and down the sides. So my next job is for this section up the middle. Now, I've already got a load of sandstone. We used most of it, but not all of it. So I should have enough to do what I need to do. But what I don't think I have enough of, ouch, is granite, diorite, and andesite. And I need to go and grab some more of that. And the one thing that I certainly know I don't have enough of is bricks for the roof of what we're doing today. So to begin with, we are going to have a couple of things that I need to do. Number one, and we've already started this to a degree, is we're going to get down here and we are going to start using my mud machine to create some clay, which we can then go and chuck through the furnace just through there to get ourselves a load of bricks so we can get the bricks for the ceiling. Once we've done with that, or whilst we're doing that, because what we'll do is we'll drop some stuff on here, we'll disappear over there, we'll get some more resources, we'll come back, and while we're doing work up here, this can be drying off sort of thing. But whilst we're doing that, we are also going to head over to, there's quite a large cave network just over here. We're going to head over there and we're going to find ourselves some diorite and some andesite. Just over here we have quite a large cave, and we're going to fly into this big old cave network and we're going to find ourselves some irons. There we go. You see, we've got diorite, we've got granite, there'll be some andesite flying around here somewhere, I have no doubt. So this is my next job, is to get in here and get a load of this all dug out for all of the resources that I need. So yeah, we shall see you in a bit once we've got all of our resources and we'll actually start getting some building done. Bye. Okay then, so we is back and we have our rods and sod shulkers with all of our lights and our scaffold in it. We've got a shulker with all the diorite, the granite and the andesite that I think I'm going to need. We have my sandstone odds and sods box. But then we've got 4 shulkers of sandstone. And we've got some smooth sandstone over here as well. So what we're going to do, I don't have any bricks because bricks are currently, I've still got clay that's drying out down there. And I really, ideally, I want to run a couple of shulkers through the furnace because that gets the most out of the lava buckets that I've got. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the floor in. Now the plan is basically a build similar to this without the front porch on it, but turned through 90 degrees and quite a bit larger going up here through the center. So the actual build itself will be primarily in sort of this area. We're going to have a staircase that goes up a little bit, then a plateau with this build on it, and then another staircase that will go up to the front of here. And that will give us everything that we need. So it'll be a nice flow. You come up the main staircase through this little entryway, up the second staircase. We're going to have this big open sort of shrine stroke meeting hall area in the middle here. And then you'll get to the big area at the back, which is going to have a really nice, hopefully impressive, but a nice grand library at the back here. And we can have some side entrances that go off to whatever I'm going to put down these 2 side bits in a minute. So that's the plan. We're going to get the staircase, the floor, the staircase in first, and then we'll have enough room here to put the big building either side of. So time to get on and do some building, and I shall see you in a bit, and hopefully we'll have at least the start of the building. Right then, so we're back, and we've got some work done. So as we said, we've got our main entrance. We walk up a small flight of stairs. We've got this open area here, which we've continued the pillars from the inside of the wall over here. So we've got a very similar pillar here. So it's a slightly thicker pillar than what we're using over there. These pillars will make a comeback up here somewhere, which we will see when we get to the next build. But I wanted something a bit more, because there's just these pillars holding this building up. I need something a bit more substantial. And then we go up another flight of stairs and we hit the top plateau and we stop because this next build is going to be up here. So we've got nothing there yet. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about lighting because when I'm doing this roof, it's the whole reason I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it is for lighting purposes. So in Minecraft, the way that I think about things is there's 2 main types of lighting. Now, there may be other terms for this, but I generally call it passive lighting, which is what we've got here. So these are all passive lights for the top of my base. And what I mean by passive lights is you're not going to see the actual light itself. So it's all this hidden lighting that's in the floor that's going to be underneath all of these slabs that I'm using in the floor, because my entire floor is made of slab. There's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, it means I have to use half as many resources, which is great. But number 2, it means that the light blocks underneath will shine through there, and means that I can spawn proof the actual area without actually having to have actual lights everywhere. Which means that you can decorate with light a lot better when you're not having to spam it all the time. So these torches will possibly be the only light on this main corridor. I'll wait until I get the rest of the roof in. But they may be the only lights that I have. And they are, because they will be the only lights, they will draw your attention to them, which makes them stand out a little bit more. Whereas if that was the only lights that I had and I didn't have this passive lighting, especially up in the ceiling here, I would have to try and spawn proof my roof. And because it's quite a shallow slope, there are going to be 4 blocks up here. So the way that we're doing the roof, I've got these sea lanterns in the sides, at the 2 end bits, should I say. I've also got a large collection of sea lanterns in the tops of the pillars. Because this is slabs, these are going to really light this area here. And these end parts are going to be well lit because I'm going to use slabs over the top. and a combination of stairs and slabs in the inside of the roof part that we'll go through in a second. And at the front, we have stairs much like I had. Where did I put the stairs? In the wall. I've done a similar pattern in the front of in the two end pieces here. So that's going to provide us with a lot of light, and I may not need anything on the actual roof of this to spawn proof the roof. The floor's already spawn proof because of the sea lanterns underneath, so I can get away without having to put any light in here, and everything should in theory be spawn proofed. So I'm going to come back in a moment once I've actually got the roof on here, and we'll actually have a look and see if I do need to spawn proof anything. We'll come back at night and see how it's going. But yeah, I shall be done in a bit, and I'll see you soon with a nice finished building. Bye. Well, there we have it. So I'm not certain I like the big empty section in the middle here. I quite like the surrounding the edge. I think it ties in quite nicely between the sandstone and the brick. But this big sort of expanse of brick I don't like. So what I'm probably going to do, and I'm going to look for some sort of symbol or something. And what I may do is mirror it both in the floor and in the ceiling. Depending upon what I find and how I can do it. But we'll get that done at a later date. But yeah, I'm thinking some sort of inlay into the floor, and I can then use something like granite to inlay it into the ceiling, so that whilst it's there and it's noticeable and it breaks it up, it doesn't stand out. Whereas on the floor, I might make it a bit more ornate and a bit more of an actual design. But we can then just break the ceiling up there. And if we can take off, as you can see, the passive lighting that I've got in that ceiling, there may be like 1 or 2 spawn spots up here. I'll have to run a test. I might go and park myself over there, close enough that things will spawn, but far enough away so that I don't stop them from spawning, and just see if anything spawns up here. But the vast majority of this is all lit. What I may have to do is put a single light source somewhere in here. I've got the room to do so. In fact, I've got a light source right here. I can about there would seem to be the right spot. There we go. There's going to be no dark spots there anymore. And we have a completely passively lit roof. I don't need to put any carpet on it or any string or anything like that. Nothing's able to spawn up there. It's well lit underneath as well. But that doesn't mean that I can't light this if I want to. You know, we can start and we can play around with some candles, or we can add, you know, some lanterns into the ceiling, stuff like that. I can now decorate with light without having to worry about spawn proofing everything. So no, what? I'm quite enjoying this. As I say, bar that flat area up there and this large flat area of just checkerboard underneath, I like the build. I think it ties in quite nicely. We're following through. Next time out, I'm going to go shopping because I've already used all my bricks and my mud machine's not great. I'm going to see if I can find someone that's going to sell me some mud or some brick or something like that. We're also going to have a wander around, and I think we're going to do next week. So we're going to do a bit of a tour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a hunt around and see if I can visit as many other people's places as possible on the server, and we'll just see how people have got on and where they are with their builds. So that'll be next week, next episode. But thank you very much for watching again today, and we shall see you soon with another episode on the Minerockin SMP. Bye.